How you doing today? I come from a funky little town in South Mississippi, a town named Hattiesburg. When I grew up there, it had about 40 or 50,000 people, had a university and a college. Uh, Across the river, across the Pearl River, there was a little flat plain above the river that in Petal, which is another interesting little town, but that's for a different time. Each year, they would have the county fair over there on this little flat plain. And when you'd go there for the parking lot, it was these Optimus or Kiwanis or some of those guys, and they would always be out there directing traffic with the flashlights with the cone on them, waving you where to park after you paid. And they had the little aprons to collect money. Well, one time when I was little, I went over there with my mother, and the Ku Klux Klan were actually running the parking lot. Actual guys in robes with the little cone flashlights directing people where to park. Now, I just thought that was part of life growing up in Mississippi. And I traveled around the world when I was in the military and other times. And I would tell this story from time to time to people, and they might look at me like I'm a little crazy, but yeah, one time I went to the fair over in Petal, Mississippi, and there were Ku Klux Klan guys running the parking lot, because they get a percentage of the money. And I would tell this story, and people would look at me like, where the hell are you from? And one night when I was grown, I was sitting across the table from my mother, and I asked her, did we go one time to the fair and the Ku Klux Klan people were there doing the parking lot? And she looked at me kind of funny, and she's like, "Do you remember that?" I'm like, "Sure, I remember that." She goes, "Son, that wasn't the fair. That was a Ku Klux Klan rally I took you to." Jesus fucking Christ. I can't believe it. Well, that's not the only fairground story. I got another one I'm going to tell you later, which has to do with a railroad track and a monkey. Talk to you later.